Hello, Gemini. Welcome back to Intuitive Insights. Okay, honey, I had started your reading. But yeah, okay, anywho. So we're going to go into it. We have Three of Pentacles. This is the clarifier of your situation. That's when I noticed it was not a square, it was a circle. All right. We have Three of Pentacles for your current situation. Queen of Cups, the influence of the situation. All right. Knight of Cups for the peekaboo. Two of Pentacles for the advice. And then we have Three of Wands for the outcome. All right. So it's given heavy energy here, as in one that's afraid of losing themselves in a relationship, in a union with someone else, or in a group. It's one, if it's a career reading, right? If it's in the matter of work, this could be an individual whose voice is not being heard, who's nurturing to all other aspects in the group, but is not being seen themselves. Their attributes are not being acknowledged, okay? Now, if this is in a relationship, one can be afraid of mending themselves too much into the other that they lose themselves. And then in the end, fear of repeating a cycle is what I got. In the end, they could feel like, in the end, I'll be told I wasn't enough when I expelled everything that I had within me sacrificially. All right. So that's a fear. This is a paranoia, a concern, I should say, because those words are kind of heavy, right? It's a concern. The love is genuine and true because you have the Knight of Cups here, and the wanting of that love is there. The desire is there, but the call to balance, the advice there is like, you know, you got to understand a relationship is not give and take. And a lot of people do not highlight how sometimes one can be fully enthralled in the relationship and the other one can be involuntarily numb in the relationship. You have to be able to ride the storm or ride the wave. You know, what we see in the movies and stuff like that, yeah, it's real, but they ain't authentic, you know, because all of us are different. You can't say one Gemini is the same as the Gemini standing next to them, because the way Mercury may have been acting when they were born or where it's placed in their chart and yada, yada, yada. You understand? That's why we're all unique. We're all different. We'll find someone we're very similar to, which is great, but we're all different. So love is different as well. But I wish more people would highlight that numbness that you feel when you're in a relationship, because it does happen. Even though you may still be going through the routine, it's an internal feel that you have no control over, that even you feel like your body is betraying you. It's foreign to you. All right. Because you'll be like, oh, I love this person. Why am I so interested in this person? And they check all the boxes and you're like, well, why am I feeling this way? It's an experience. Ride the wave. All right. But this is a concern that you can be having. Now, if it's in the matter of parental, because that's what I was touching on when I realized it was a circle and not a square with the recording. This could be, how can I be nurturing to this child? I've gotten this message before for Gemini specifically. I do know that. But it's more like coming together, be an alliance. You can have one that's changing. Wow, I have like this feel right here. You could have one, you know, they could be going into their teens. This is a battle I'm experiencing myself. And, you know, it's kind of hard because you want to be present, but it's in the form of letting go, loving from a distance, not being absent with your love or your support, but having to love from afar because they now are taking on their own journey. But one thing we need to realize is that our kids started their own life once their feet hit the pavement. You know, when they started seeing things through their own lives and in their own eyes, they started interpreting things differently, how they interact with other people. When they go to school and stuff, it's different, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that, nothing at all. But some of us think, oh, they're hitting their teens, they're changing. They've been changing every day, you know? Anywho, so let's clarify, and we did clarify. So you have the Emperor, Two of Cups, and Eight of Pentacles. Emotions is so heavy for you because at the bottom of the deck, you have also the Eight of Cups. So here, the Emperor, Two of Cups, and the Eight of Pentacles. This is being more disciplined on how you display your love, being more in control of that. Some of us mothers or fathers can be so secure driven that we become overprotective and suffocating to our children. And then some of us parents can be so loose in the dynamic of parenting that our child can feel like they can do anything and we don't really care. Now back to a relationship. In a relationship, we can be so structured or so in control of what's going to happen in the future that we can forget to be present with our spouse in the moment. Sometimes it's not about making the dates or cooking a certain food. Sometimes it's about just sitting down watching a show together, being present in the moment. Sometimes it's about that walk and not having nothing to talk about or nothing really to get off our chest, but just enjoying the seasons changing. You know, walking in silence with one another, shoulder to shoulder. You ain't got to be hand in hand, you know, side by side. Why I say shoulder to shoulder? I meant side by side, but you know what I'm saying. But here it's working hard on understanding how, when, and how to do certain things. And I have adopted this slogan now where you have to do everything within your power to make things work, and understanding that everything in your power is doing nothing at all. Yeah, besides listening and observing through the eyes of like a child. That never changes. We think because we get older, oh, we have to do this, we have to do that. Oh, this, you know, this hiccup is happening, I have to calm this down. It's all about just embracing everything as is. Well, we're going to clarify your Knight of Cups. Look at that, off to college. I keep hearing that. Off to college. Child going off to college. All right. We have Six of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Eight of Wands. Ooh, now that's heavy. All right. So here we have heavy communication. We also have like, I love, you guys, I love flowers, sunflowers. I've been on a huge sunflower kick for the last few years. But this deck, isn't that Six of Pentacles beautiful? It's so beautiful, the way they just take the bouquet of flowers and just throw on them. Yes, I got the deck because the pentacles are sunflowers. It's old, but you know what I mean. That's what influenced this deck for me. But here with the Six of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands, it's just, I don't like to say relationships are all about give and take, because it's not. It's about alignment. It's about balancing. But here, this is in the form of communication. What this tells me is that what's hitting or the underlying in this relationship of all dynamics is knowing when to speak and when to listen, when to act and when to just embrace. You understand? That Eight of Wands with the King of Wands, you know, King of Wands is in control. He has all the power, all the strength. And that King of Wands is the one shooting out this communication, shooting out these orders, shooting out these expectations, shooting out these desires. You see where I'm going with this? The Six of Pentacles is the calming of it. It's knowing, you know, oh, that's a good example. So like for me personally, my garbage gets overfilled. I am one that do not like to go to sleep with a full trash. Okay? I don't care if it has a lid or not. Take out the trash. My kids are assigned to take out the garbage. But every now and then, sometimes they don't care about taking out a basura. They just let it, they don't see it like I see it. So instead of nagging about it and being like, hey, you know you're supposed to take this garbage out, being very Saturn, being very emperor, like, you know, authoritative about it, I'll just take out the trash. I'll take it out with no problem. I don't even tell them I took it out. I'll just take the trash out, call it a day. or I just let it go. I take out the trash. But you see what I'm saying? Or like my husband will, I'd be like, they didn't take out the trash, I'm gonna get it. If he hears me, even if I say it that low, my husband has those kind of ears. Poppy will just, he'd be like, I'll take it out. Especially if it's night, you know, he'll just take it out for me. And I love that. It's not an argument. It's not a debate. It's not like a, okay, I'll do this so you'll shut up. It's a, you know, he'll just gesture and take it out. Which is beautiful. So here it's being in control of that. Knowing when you just need to accept things as it is, give when you feel like, when you feel compelled to do so. And holding back when you need to. In the matters of a career though, it does call heavy for you to speak up. Yeah. I know I said overall in all aspects, but in the matter of a career, you need to definitely speak up. And it's not like I do this, like, you know, what's that thing called? You know what I'm talking about. Doo-doo. I don't even think it do that. That's SUV. I was going to say SWV, y'all. Anywho, the point is you need to speak up. But I don't think it's in like talk. Stand out. Align yourself, Gemini. And let it be known, you know, what you contribute to the company, what you contribute to this goal. Do not allow yourself to be looked over. A lot of people don't talk about that, but Gemini sometimes does get caught up in the shadow. People like to call them chatty patties, but sometimes I have met Geminis that do not talk. Like they are very quiet, very reserved. If they're called upon to talk, they'll respond literally to that question and move on. Outcome is 3 of Wands. So, okay, we got something expanding here. What was the bottom? Ooh, Uranus was at the bottom, the Fool. All right. Let's clarify the 3 of Wands. We have the 6 of Cups, the Page of Cups, and the 7 of Swords. Ooh, okay. All right, so with the Queen of Cups at the bottom of the deck again. So we started out, that's the influence. Queen of Cups here. So let's pay attention to the Queen of Cups. Because now you're being clarified with the 7 of Swords, 6 of Cups, and the Page of Cups. That's interesting. So we're looking at 7 Cups and 7 Swords. All right, so before you embark on this idea, I'm not going to say look at your other options. I'm going to say just look at the overview. Because you don't, remember at the bottom of the deck, you got the 8 of Cups. You don't want to be hurt, but you also don't want to give so much into a relationship too soon where it could scare off the other person. Or it could activate manipulation in another person. Yeah, a lot of people don't talk about that. Some people don't be manipulators and then they turn around. I mean, everybody has manipulative traits in them. But then they turn around, they say, oh, I can control this person because look at them just giving. I ain't really got to do nothing. Be cautious of that. The outcome, though, with 3 of Wands does show, you know, expansion. It does show growth. It also shows exploring other options. 3 of Wands is exploration. All right. It does also yield results. Results from the active, you know, it comes from the 2 of Wands. So from the pre-planning to now seeing what, you know, becoming activated and seeing those results come to fruition. All right. So it's not solidified like the 4 of Wands. It's observation. What am I getting from this? So it's given a Gemini that might do one thing and then see how this plays out. Give a little. It's given a Gemini that might test. You ain't wrong, because a heartbreak can kill you. It really can. A lot of people don't talk about that. I worked in healthcare for many years. And in healthcare, let me tell you something. There are couples, and when one passes away, 3 months, so it depends on how hard they took it, how they heal from it. People can literally die from a broken heart. Having a broken heart is not cool. It's not. There's this song I was singing yesterday. Now I can't even remember the lyrics, but it was basically saying, Oh, heartbreak's a teacher. Next time I love, I gotta love me first. Hurt so many times, I gotta put me first. It's called Me First. Me, M-E, space, number one, S-T. And it's by Courtney. I want to say it's Courtney. I believe it's Courtney with a K. She said, I held you at such high regard. You literally broke my heart. Permanently left me scarred. I'm feeling like you were a fraud. Humiliated me. Everybody knew but me. Put it all on me. But God don't play about me. Boy, them lyrics go hard. Gave you the best of me. And I don't regret a thing. Not even the heartbreak's a teacher. Next time I love. Oh, hurt so many times. If you ain't heard that song, listen to it. Gemini, it might help you. Because I love how she say that. She did everything, and she don't regret a thing. Not even the heartbreak. Because yeah, it does build you if you have that mindset. But if you don't have the mindset to learn from that experience and just wallow in those wounds, it will end you. Don't let it be that. Let that heartbreak be a teacher. All right, 16 minutes. I done nagged y'all enough. I'm trying to make this quick. I started almost 20 to 5 when I started. And I'm like, nope, gotta get them out at 8. Gotta get them out at 8 on Monday, okay? All right, baby, I hope that this helped. If it didn't help, why I say if it didn't help, it's gonna help you. Pay attention. All right, I love you. Bye.